Alright, time to
Wait,
destroy this log.
what? Yeah.
What's up?
David just... I got to the death of David, and it's like, hang on a minute. I wanted to get to the part where Saul was throwing things at him. Hang on a minute here.
Did he die because Saul was like...
No. David gets to be king, man. That's way later. Oh, do you not know the story? The guy who I got my name from, Nathan. Do you know about Nathan in the Bible?
No.
Oh. I mean,
I don't know
Wait,
why
we're
this
not
is
doing
such a
names.
turn on for you, but alright.
it's a funny story.
Just
I don't
tell
know if
me.
we can tell it on stream because I just realized I just gave out my name, but like, you know what? I don't give a shit. Put this in this. The story of Nathan in the Bible is amazing because it's like, so David, the king now, Saul's dead for a while. Saul's been dead. So David, like, as all kings do, he has this wife. And I don't know what her name is because it's not really important. But anyway, David sees a different girl. I think her name is Bathsheba. Let me go find her real fast.
Bathsheba?
Bathsheba. Let me go see.
I like my
Bathsheba.
I like my hearing of it better. Bathsheba.
Because that might not be her name. I want to make sure I get her name right before we like do anything. Boy, this could take a bit. But anyway, we don't need her name for this, but I'll tell it when I find it. Anyway, David
aforementioned some name person, whatever.
Yeah, David's looking out on him from his balcony, his king balcony, and he sees this random woman bathing. And he's like, homina, she is hot. Forget my wife. This girl is where it's at.
Mm-hmm.
And so he like gets one of his servants, and he's like, yo, who is she? And they're like, oh, she's so-and-so. She's the daughter of one of your, like, prized generals or whatever. Like, he's some guy in David's army who, like, you know, he's in David's army. And he's, like, a big guy. And David's like, oh, shit. But I want her. Hey, tell the army to put him on the front lines. And so they do it. And then he dies. And then he marries that guy's wife. And then the prophet Nathan shows up and explains to him what he just did, and tells him, "You pissed off God, man. Like, like God's not very happy with you." And then David's just like, "Oh shit! I didn't think there'd be consequences for my actions. I'm king now."
I thought the whole point of being king was no consequences.
Like, this is a recurring theme in the Bible of, like, the king starts out, and he's the bestest, most awesomest, purest king ever, and then he just fucks everything up. Like,
It's literally just power corrupts.
Yeah, it happens of Saul, it happens of David, and it happens of Solomon. It's like just 3 kings in a row, man.
Just don't make people kings. When will you learn, foolish mortals, that monarchies do not work? In fact, any system of government that tries to distinguish based on class probably isn't going to work out in the long run. You really want to, like, if you have class, anything that doesn't focus on making the lower class better is probably going to fuck up at some point. Ow!
Yeah.
Big
Yeah, like, they say the Athenians had democracy, but what they don't say is that it's just the male landowners who had the shit, and it's like, wow, okay.
I thought that was well known.
Well, I mean, it's well known in the fact that, like, you know, people know it, but, like, you'll hear people all the time be like, oh yeah, Greek was where the Greeks had democracy, and it's like, I mean, I guess, man. I guess.
I mean, even America is a republic, not a democracy, if I'm remembering correctly.
Well, yeah, by technicality or whatever, the whole thing, but, like, you know. At least it's not based on land ownership anymore. It was at the beginning, I think. I don't know.
Now, you can live in, like... You don't even need to live in anything. But if you're a registered voter, you can do shit.
Yeah.
If you register to vote today, and then you go out and you get homeless, you can still vote.
Basically. But, you know, I'm not saying it's not a fucked up system for other reasons, but at least we don't do land ownership voting anymore. That's my hot take.
Land ownership is overrated. Let's go. Oh, one of my friends on Steam is playing.
There you go. See, what I'm trying to remember now is in the Bible I had, they didn't say anything about Solomon like sealing demons, but like in pop culture, that's literally what Solomon's most known for. Is like the whole he summoned like millions of demons or whatever. It's like I wonder if that's going to be in the Jewish Bible.
Hmm.
Like that's the thing. When they're not talking about babies getting cut in half, Solomon's main thing is that he had all those demons. Oh, and the Queen of Sheba, I guess.
Yo,
Solomon, master of the demons.
What's up?
So that's just one of the chapters is just called Solomon, master of the demons.
Yeah, they were there. You might not have noticed them, but they were there. Alright, I'm almost done building this trench. Probably gonna call it when I finish building the trench. For this sesh.
Makes sense, yeah. Have a nice, solid, thematic ending.
We're not bookending this session, but we are ending this session on the trench.
Yep.
Where did that rock go?
Oh shit, this man summoned Beelzebub. What the hell?
Big rocks.
Summoning the Lord of Flies.
Wait, wasn't that also the name of the book where all those kids eat each other?
Yeah, Lord of the Flies.
Yeah.
It's also Beelzebub's title.
Seems like there might be a connection. Didn't they start worshipping a pig's head that they killed? Come to think of it?
Yeah. They did.
God.
That book was crazy.
Man, I hate this stuff. I'm gonna get an Audible account. I'm gonna start listening to books, and I'm just gonna start doing analysis videos or synopsis videos, whichever.
Yeah. Just imagine, like, if I remember correctly, I think at the end of the Lord of the Flies, like they actually, like, they finally someone comes by and saves them. But like, imagine if he didn't.
Yeah, it was a Navy vessel, I think.
Yeah, that's right. Like, imagine if they were just stuck there for the rest of the time.
Look at all these tribes people. They're just a bunch of kids. There we go. Oh. Oh. Are you a giant rock? You're a copper deposit.
Dang, that's nice.
Yay. Now I have to dig underneath it.
Apparently Solomon challenged Asmodeus, the king of the demons, and apparently on a certain mountain there was a well from which Asmodeus, the king of the demons, obtained his drinking water. I love ancient mythos where, like, they just live on Earth because they hadn't really thought about hell being another dimension yet. It's amazing. King of the demons is drinking water.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta drink, man. What do you expect them to not drink? Really lucky that there's a copper deposit, like, right next to my base.
Honestly. Oh shit, is he gonna fall in?
He's already fallen in.
Rest in peace, more.
Now I just need to find, like, 17 more copper deposits. Oh, hello, copper deposit. God damn. Guess I have to go out. Get me some more of that good old-fashioned repairing my stuff. The trench is definitely the cheaper option when it comes to fortifying your base. I was thinking about doing wooden walls, which I might do at some point, but for now, trench. I might make another base somewhere else and then just make brick walls.
Alright.
Bam. Can I not go any further down?
Rest in peace. Solomon captures Asmodeus, and he's like, man, you're such a bitch. Prove to me that you're actually the king of the demons. And he's like, okay, take off my chains and I'll prove it to you. So Solomon takes off his chains, and Asmodeus teleports him fucking 400 passerangs, I don't know what measurement that is, away from Jerusalem, and then he dumps Solomon there, and he goes back and pretends to be the king. Then the next chapter is called Solomon as a Beggar.
Cannot deal with this nonsense. Man, you ain't hot shit. You got any proof? I can prove. You wanna take off these chains? Huh? You know, on the off chance that you're right, this would be a terrible idea, but I really don't believe you're right. Really is not earning that Solomon the Wise epitaph.
You know, I gotta say, you're right. It's Solomon begging his daily bread. His eulogium didn't even end there. People thought he was a lunatic because he never tired of assuring them that he was Solomon. He's walking around. Yo, can you give me some bread? I'm the king of, you know.
I am the king of this country. What do you even need? That guy,
no,
he's a pretender.
He's not even in Jerusalem. He's 400 passerangs away from Jerusalem.
Are you telling me he didn't bother to start walking home?
Well, he is walking home, but like, I'm assuming he didn't walk 400 passerangs in one day, you know? So he's just like, yeah, that place I'm walking to, I'm the king of that place.
What is a passerang?
Well, now we need to look this shit up, no?
I'm looking it up right now. How is it spelled?
Okay. P-A-R-A-S-A-N-G-S, which is probably not the way I've been pronouncing it, is it?
Parasang?
Yeah.
The parasang is a historical Iranian unit of walking distance, the length of which varied according to terrain and speed of travel. The European equivalent is the league. In modern terms, the distance is about 3 or 3.5 miles.
Okay, so 400 leagues away from Jerusalem.
Oh, 400? Okay.
Yeah.
So, he's about 12,000 miles away. Sorry, 1,200 miles away.
He's just like, yeah, I'm the king of that place. Way over there.
I'll level with you. I'm the king. I kind of fucked up. Wrote a few checks my mouth couldn't. I wrote a few checks with my mouth that my kingliness couldn't cash. I just need to get home. Would you mind giving me some food so I can get on my way? So does Asmodeus just give him back his kingdom, or is he just like, no, fuck off?
I don't know. He met someone who recognized him, and right now he's crying because, like, he's like, oh shit, I'm a fucking beggar. Let's see. I'm gonna keep reading this. For 3 long years, Solomon journeyed about begging his way from city to city. Dang. I forgot, before cars, this shit took a while, didn't it?
Well, I mean, assuming that he could get a steady supply of food, it'd still take a pretty long time. But you gotta remember, he's begging, has to get up the strength to walk, and then continue walking.
Yeah.
If he had a steady supply of food, or even just like some way, hey, Hugin, you have found some ore. Raw ore needs to be refined in the smelter before you can work it at a forge. At the forge. To build a smelter, you will need circling cores. Search for them in the dark places beneath the earth. Thank you, Hugin. What is that harness you're wearing?
Oh shit, he doesn't even get back to Jerusalem after 3 years. After 3 years, God just takes pity on him, and he wants him to bone this princess named Nama, and so he's just like, fuck it, go be in her kitchen. Go work in her fucking kitchen. You don't not even get to be king, just go be a cook.
Does he become king when does he marry Nama?
Well, let's see what happens. Not even the king's threat to have her and her beloved executed availed to turn her thoughts away from Solomon. The king had the lovers taken to a barren desert in the hopes that they would die of starvation there. They wandered to a city where they purchased a fish to stave off death. When Nama prepared the fish, she found in its belly the magical ring belonging to her husband, which she had given to Asmodeus. Boo! Boo! Contrived plot! Boo! Solomon put the ring on, and in a twinkling of an eye, he transported himself back to Jerusalem.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fuck. That's crazy.
He transported himself? He didn't take her with?
I think it's implied, but like these Bible stories don't really care much about the girls, and so like whenever they're not important, they just kind of don't talk about them.
You're suffering, buddy. Here, take this hot piece of ass. Whoops. What do I do with her now? I can leave now. I don't care. Do whatever. Says God, valuing all his creations. How is Lilith the good guy? How is Lilith the good guy in the creation? What is this?
Yo, can you treat me as an equal to Adam? No. Have a horrible day.
All I'm saying is, maybe, just maybe, women are deserving of equality. What? Get out of here. You will disappear into the air for that one.
You will have 100 of your children die every day.
I hope you like suffering, existentially. You are the mother of all of these creatures, and they will all die because of your sacrilege. How dare you want equality? I am so on Team Lilith. Holy crap.
There's a reason why they chop her out of the regular Bible, man.
Be like, oh, people are supposed to be treated with equality? Don't want anyone getting any ideas. Why is that human history in a nutshell? Holy crap, we suck.
I mean, you know, if they start getting stuff, then I might have to get rid of some of my stuff. It just sucks, man. Thank you.
God damn it.
Oh, hey. We're getting up to Jonah.
Oh, yeah?
Well, I guess I'm getting up to Jonah. You are digging a trench.
I'm trying to dig through the copper now.
Oh, shit. Okay. There you go.
Like, I need to dig through the chopper to get to the rest of the trench.
Gotcha. But, like, I can actually do Jonah off the top of my head because I've watched the VeggieTales version so much. Like, it's just so hilarious. Jonah's job is to like tell people that God wants them to do this or that or the other thing. And then God's like, yo, go to Nineveh and tell them that I'm going to smite their city because they're all a bunch of sinners. And Jonah's like, no, I hate Nineveh. I ain't going there. And God's like, fuck you, go to Nineveh. And so Jonah decides to go the opposite direction of Nineveh. And then, so God, like, you know, he's God. He doesn't stand for that shit. So he makes the storm happen. And the captain's just like, okay, this kind of shit doesn't just happen. Someone on this boat pissed off God. I don't know how the captain figures this out, but he figures it out.
Wait.
Before.
I am a sea captain. I have been doing this for God knows how many years. This kind of shit, storms, they don't just happen. Clearly somebody's pissed off God. You're a sea captain. You know for a fact that just happens.
Anyway, so then what he does is he's just like, okay, we're gonna draw lots, and because of how luck and shit works, it's that JoJo episode from Rohan. Whoever draws the short lot or whatever is the guy who pissed off God, and it works. And Jonah ends up with the whatever. I don't know how lots work. I'm thinking like short straw here, but I don't think that's actually right. But anyway, it's just like it turns out it's Jonah, and he's like, fuck. He's like, okay, come clean. Honestly, yeah, it was me. And so they throw him over.
To go to Nineveh. I didn't want to. Nineveh sucks. Captain's like, yeah, I totally get it. Nineveh sucks, but you gotta go.
We don't want to die, so we're just gonna throw you overboard.
Isn't this where he gets?
Yeah.
Isn't this literally just like the Odyssey cut super short? God's like,
really.
Fuck it, storms, and then boom. Instead of going to all these fantastical places, you're in the belly of a whale for a while now.
I mean, yeah. There is the whole he pissed off a god and you're on a boat thing, but Jonah's story is more just hilarious because of how it ends, but we're getting ahead of ourselves here. Okay, so Jonah gets eaten by the whale. We all know what happens then. He's in there for 3 days and 3 nights because that, you know, everyone likes the number 3. And so he gets spat out and he gets his ass to Nineveh. And if he gets there, and he's like, yo, y'all suck, you sin a lot, God hates it, he's gonna destroy your city pretty soon. And the Ninevites are just like, oh shit, I mean, like, we don't want to die. So, this is a very traditional Bible thing. This happens a lot. They all put on sackcloth, which is like supposed to be like really itchy, and they cover themselves in ashes. And that's just like the biblical way of saying that they like really repented and they like moaned and groaned in the street and they're like, God, please don't fucking kill us. We don't want to die. And so like God takes pity on them, but Jonah doesn't notice. And so Jonah is feeling like a kind of a smug asshole, and he's like, you know what? I hate Nineveh, but at the very least, I'm gonna get to see their city get smited. So he like goes outside the city, right outside of what he thinks is gonna be the blast zone. And he's just sitting there in the hot sun, and God, because God is bipolar, he makes a tree for Jonah that has some shade, okay? He takes pity on him. And so, oh shit. Anyway, it doesn't happen. There is no destruction of Nineveh. And Jonah's starting to get really pissed off about this whole thing. He's getting really mad at God here. And so God sent the worm to eat Jonah's tree, and the tree falls over and it dies. And Jonah just starts wailing and moaning, and God's like, yo, you are madder about this tree dying than you are about the fact that a whole bunch of people's lives just got saved because I decided to not kill them. I'm God and I was gonna kill them, but that's still kind of fucked up, bro.
Total dick like, move, yeah.
And so it's just like, I think that's how the story ends. That's how the VeggieTales story ends. It's just like Jonah's there. He hasn't realized that, like, you know, he got like God gave Jonah a second chance or whatever, and he gives the Ninevites a second chance because this is the one story where God's giving people second chances, and then like Jonah just is like, no, fuck
the
them.
Least self-aware person ever.
Yep.
Awful. Everyone
hilarious.
deserves a second chance, at least right now.
Yeah. For the purpose of the Jonah story, everyone deserves a second chance.